Welcome to Weekly Tech Talk. You're here. Oh, welcome to Weekly Tech Talk. You're here with Nat Coco, co-host of. Oh gosh, this is. You can tell I'm human because this is ridiculous. All right. Anywho, crew, I'm Nat Coco, and that stands for Keep On Keeping On. I'm a co-host with Matt, who's not here today. He's over in the Philippines. We're here to talk about the dirty truth about AI and what that looks like for business owners, how to move through that, and really have an open discussion and share some support with you today. I've got a roughly about 6,000 hours of being an absolute AI nerd and geek, and I dream about it. So I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I'm quite proficient. So if there's anything that we need to table today, I'm here to support you in this moment. We can workshop it live. Anything else outside of that, you're more than welcome to reach out for a complimentary implementation session. That's what I'm here for, and we can get cracking with that. So going around the room today, we've got multiple AI note takers, which is awesome to see. Steve, you're from Melbourne. Hayley, you're from Melbourne. Glenn, are you New South Wales or Melbourne? Oh, he's frozen. It's okay, it's irregular. So can we go around the room and have a little introduction about why you're here today, what you do, and what you'd like to learn? Oh, cool. Who wants to go first? Don't be shy. I won't bite your head off because I'm on a screen and you're on a screen. So, oh, you're on mute.
I'll be happy to.
Yeah, go for it, Hayley.
So my name's Hayley. I'm from Liverpool International Football Club International Academy.
Cool.
And I just wanted to take this as a learning opportunity. We've recently been working with Matt, and we're very interested in how AI is going to help us and kind of just driving towards the future. So yeah, I'm just kind of on behalf of the team taking notes and seeing what's out there.
Yeah, cool. Is there anything in particular that you've experienced while using AI that you might want to workshop?
Not at the moment, but I probably will have questions throughout as questions come up and things are going on.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much for stepping up to the plate, Hayley. Awesome. Who's next? Who would like to share a little bit about why they're here today and what they might like to get out of it?
I'll go.
Go for it, Steve.
Yep, I'm a solopreneur. I have
Cool.
an e-com business.
Awesome.
I'm looking to grow that. It's I have customers around the globe, and I'm just looking for better ways to manage that growth and remain in contact with everybody.
Yeah, right. Remain in contact with everybody. I'm still human. I'll still take notes.
Me too.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. And so what's the e-com business, Steve?
It's in the health and wellness industry.
Yep.
So personal care, home care, nutritional.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. And you guys, what's your association with TTP?
I'm just getting into it. So
Cool.
I'm just I reached out to Matt a week or so ago.
Yep.
And just looking at, as I said, ways of managing my business and my customer base.
Yeah.
And this talk came up, so I thought I'd jump on and see if I can learn just a little bit more. AI is playing a big part in the growth of my business. Yep. And I just want to take every opportunity to learn more about it.
Awesome. Sounds great. I'll move over to Glenn in a moment, and then what I'd like to do is ask a couple extra questions for you guys, and then I'll dive into some theory and some practical use cases, because I like to make sure that we're all at different levels in our use of AI, and I want to be respectful that someone might have a little bit more experience, but we don't want to leave anyone behind in that respect. So moving over to Glenn, how are you, mate? And what would you like to get out of today?
Oh, hopefully I'm not frozen and we can communicate. Is it working?
You're right, mate. All good.
Oh, we're on. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't working before. Don't know why, but anyway, that's technology, and I'm here to learn about technology. So
Excellent.
there you go. What I sell, if I get out of the way, that's what I sell.
Excellent.
Okay. So don't need any words for that. E-commerce, like Stephen, we raised that last. So I'm a bit closer to getting my e-commerce working. At least we finally figured out why it wasn't working. So that's a good step forward.
Yep.
To actually getting it working, but that's not what we're about. We're about being found any possible way we can be found. But AI is a lot to learn. Yeah, I've got, as you know, I'm an entourage as well, and that as you once were. I've got ChatGPT. I've got HubSpot. I've got a link from Matt one time about Breeze, which looks very interesting. All the different things that HubSpot get into. Yeah, so there's a lot to learn. What's going to be useful for me at this point of time, I don't know, because I've got all these balls in the air and all these things going at any one time. But that's all good. You run the show, and I'll be very interested to hear what there is to learn.
Cool bananas. Well, we are here for the dirty truth about AI, and I've kept it very conversational for the factors that actually any of the team from TTP, would you like to step up to the plate? You guys are here just as much as everyone else, so happy to hear from you. Otherwise, we'll crack onto it.
Yeah, go ahead, Nat. You can go ahead.
Pardon?
Yeah, you can start the show.
Okay, all right. I thought we already started, but that's fine. No, I'm just joking. All right, cool. So the dirty truth about AI, and for context, I was just having a conversation with my sister before about the use of AI, and she's not currently in business. And I said, what are you using AI for, sis? She's like, rather than Googling, I'm using AI to get quick answers for, baby teething or something like that, or recipes. I've got this many ingredients left and I want to find out what recipe that is. And so we're not really here to talk about baby teething or recipes unless that's your industry or your field. It's more about the fact that it can be used for everyday problem solving and creating a fast solution. And one of the things that I've found with the dirty truth about AI is that AI is built for humans. It's called a large language model for a reason, so it can be used in a conversational tone. And what I mean by that is, has anyone here heard of prompting? Prompting for AI, like prompting within AI? Yep. So a prompt is, it might be, hey, make me a marketing spreadsheet for this. So the outcome that we're looking for there is a marketing spreadsheet, but we've given no context to AI. So therefore, we're more than likely going to fail for the desired outcome very specific to our businesses. Is everyone following along with these analogies of baby teething, recipes, marketing strategies in context? Awesome. From the dirty truth about AI, I think it's individual to what your own beliefs are around that. So would you guys be open to, in the chat or taking yourself off microphones, what you think the dirty truth about AI could be for you? There's no right or wrong answer here. So you can put it in the chat, or if you feel comfortable to take yourself off mute. There's method to my madness. You'll be fine.
AI has been promoted as the panacea, the answer to all problems, where it's not. It's very dependent on the quality of the prompts.
Yep.
And you may get an answer that works, or you may need to refine it 4, 5, 6 times. You need to have a clear idea of the outcome that you want it to generate. And then apply that as you see fit, not as the machine sees.
Awesome. And how long have you been using AI for, Steve?
Look, seriously, probably about, or since the start of the year, February, March this year.
Yep.
Is when I started to dig deeper into it.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome. So we say the dirty truth is that it's the answer to all things, but that's not actually the truth.
That's not actually the truth. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Beautiful. Awesome. Thank you for contributing there, Hayley or Glenn.
I think the sign. Oh, did you want to go? Oh, okay.
Oh, go for it, Hayley. You're right.
It was one of the things that I came across. So prompting, I think, was super important for me, but I had my performance appraisal come up and the questions were very technical, and I knew what I wanted the answer to be. So I kind of prompted, said what I wanted it to look like, and then it wrote it out for me, just with a bit more structure and a little bit more convincing wording. So I utilized that, changed it a little bit for my own and words that I would actually use. My boss and I came to the table, compared our notes for it, and we realized they were nearly the same wording because we both used the same. So it was the same concept of what we're trying to say, but it was interesting how we used different prompts because we naturally didn't use the same wording. But the outcome and the structure of the sentence was pretty much the same. And then the general manager stepped in and was like, oh yeah, I think this word's definitely ChatGPT generated. I've never seen you use that. So that one was really probably the most interaction I've had with it. That's created something from it.
So to put it in a nutshell, you guys will find that's one of my favorite words. In a nutshell, that the dirty truth that the outcomes, no matter who's using it for a similar context, could be the same, and maybe we thought differently. Something like that, or wow. Yeah. And so how did you navigate the moving on from that? So the GM, mentioned something. Was it a laugh, or was it?
It was positive because he was like, I love that we're using AI. For him, it was, I love that we're utilizing it and being able to grow. And this is the step into the right direction for our business. And my boss and I just thought it was hilarious because we had the same values, same opinions on everything. It was more so just that the wording was similar.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. That's really great to hear your experience and how you've moved through and navigate it. I'd love for each of these little dirty truths. I know in the email it said we can give, X, Y, Z outcomes. If they're not relevant, I'm just going to roll with what you guys actually would like to understand and do, because that's the whole point of this. I think there's a few areas that I can share with you to overcome not having the same answer as I could say comrade, but colleague. So I'm happy to share those insights with you as well. I think Glenn's off camera. So if you're there, Glenn, if you'd like to share possibly a dirty truth about AI for yourself, an experience that you've had.
Not a lot of experience in this area, so probably not a lot good or bad. I'm just here to listen, basically. It's like a lot of things. This tool can do a lot of things, and most of those things I'm unaware of yet. So
so
I'm here to find out what it can do and what's going to be useful to me. It's like anything else. I'm on a computer now. How many functions can a computer do, and how many functions do I actually use it for? Not many. So what's going to be useful for us? Yes, there are shortcomings in everything, but what's going to be useful to move forward with?
Can we focus on something that you have used it for then, Glenn, just so we can speak to that?
AI, I haven't. Yeah, like I say, I haven't used it for. I've got ChatGPT. I've used it for doing all the SEOs in my website, which I'm trying.
So you have used AI.
Yeah, I have used it. I didn't say I didn't use AI. Yes, I've
used it.
I didn't say I didn't use it. No, I didn't say that. I've got ChatGPT and I've used it. Well, I apologise. Well, I would have used it if the website was actually up, but it's actually helped me put a whole lot of SEO. It's a lot of shortcuts, isn't it? If I didn't really trying to talk to you now, and I've got no idea what to say to you, I could put into ChatGPT, what should I say to that? And it would come up, and I'd say, well, that is pretty well what I'm trying to say to you, but I wouldn't have come up with all those words to say that. And suddenly I've got a response to you, and I didn't have too many words, and that's what I need for my website, for my search engine, to come up with the right sort of text. So it's been useful for that. But let's find out what it's good for.
Yep. Okay. Well, there is a vast range, and I'm working on keeping it relevant to your businesses, and so solopreneur business, whatever that is. So for each of you here on the call, in the chat, just so there's no pressure to speak, is that if there was one thing that you would like to speed up in your work life, what would that be? And I'm going to give you some examples just in case it's not at the forefront of your mind. Maybe it's outreach to new prospects. Hayley, you've spoken about the performance appraisal, so you've already got that. Maybe it's outreach to, I'm not sure what your role is in the business, but maybe there's emails that aren't making sense and you don't know how to respond. And you sit there all day stressing about how am I going to respond to this email. Steve, e-com, it might be mentioning, let me just go for the health and wellness, is that how many people can you reach? Are you looking for new leads? Yep. All right, cool. So we can use it for that. We can use it for team communication. So I'm just trying to get the brain ticking on what use cases I can speak to and actually show you how to use it today with the resources you already have.
Yeah, well, I use it for all those. I use it for YouTube scripts. I use it for social media posts. Interestingly, I had an experience a couple of weeks ago where I sent out an email blast to 20 or 30 different people. And I wrote it how I thought I would normally, communicate in an email. And then by contrast, I thought I'll feed that email into ChatGPT, looking for, a follow-up email, and what it came out with sounded more like me than the email I wrote for myself. I was blown away by it. It just, the response it came back with, and it said, look, here is I've reworded your email to sound less technical. I've got an engineering background, so I tend to be quite technical.
Yeah.
And to put in a little bit more fun, and
Awesome.
it was perfect. It really was perfect.
Awesome. Cool. And so for the use case of displaying some live examples, is we've got a list of different things that you guys are doing in your businesses. So I'll start to share some examples. Thumbs up if it's relevant, thumbs down, or maybe sideways, it's saying, hey, it's not relevant, because we don't want to be negative here. But is that going to be okay with you guys? Because I really want to tailor this to what you want. All right, excellent. Is everyone using ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you using any other platforms, or just being mindful which one to show you?
Just chat at the moment.
Yeah, just chat. Cool.
I also have access to custom GPT, but that's industry and company specific.
Yeah.
And what that allows me to do is similar to ChatGPT. It puts I'll put in questions or whatever, and it will give me an answer that is compliant. So we have a lot of government regulations, and the answers, if it's product specific, the answers will be compliant, but it doesn't step on anybody's toes.
All right, beautiful. So the first thing, thank you for sharing that, Steve. So the first thing I'm going to share with you guys is protecting your privacy a bit more within the use of ChatGPT, then move into the live examples, because I think if you're anything like me, security is one of those big things that matter, especially when you're dealing with, large portfolios and all the rest. So what we're going to do, we're in just normal ChatGPT here. This is a Teams account, but that's neither here or there. On your settings, what I'd encourage you to do if you don't want the OpenAI team to train off your data is go into your settings. And we're going to go into data control. And this context here, improve the model for everyone. If you don't want your data trained off, I would encourage you to turn it off. If it's on, any information that you put in this space has the potential to be used to train the data. And why this is important to something that you mentioned just before, Hayley, is that you and a colleague got a very similar answer or the same answer. The reason for that is that without going into the scientific engineering component of it, it's drawing on and saying, this is the most relevant answer to this. This is how someone could possibly respond. By turning this off, you reduce your information that you put in there being used by someone else. So if you're not aware of that, that's just something that I encourage people to consider. Cool. So one of the things that we've got here is there's SEO research leads. On the day-to-day, Hayley, what's your role in the business?
So I'm the customer operations coordinator, which is essentially administration.
Yeah.
So I'll cover things like sending out marketing emails, social media, customer support's a big part of my role, but also operations and just kind of overseeing that.
Yeah.
But I do have a lot to do with the director or the partnerships director.
Yeah.
So it would probably more so benefit her in the sense of, you know, connections, getting leads, reaching out to new clients and customers. But I think generally speaking, it comes down to emails, writing social media captions, how can improve our operational processes, maybe just replying to emails, and how we can utilize that with HubSpot as we move into that from our current CRM.
Yeah, cool. All right, beautiful. Would we have a general consensus going through administration, lead generation would be a useful bit of time here today, sharing with you some things behind the scenes there? Okay, cool. So now let's just bear in mind this is going to be a principle and use case specific. I'm going to use my own business as an example first and then provide you some prompts to support you in your businesses. And I think the marketing or lead generation is something that could be useful for everyone here. And I'm going to respectfully pretend like you guys aren't here for a moment so I can speak into AI. One of my strengths is speaking to AI in a strange context. So, hey, GPT, what I want you to do is draw from the information on NatCoco and Content Volcano, give me a brief rundown of my ICP, and then I will provide you the next set of instructions. This has a memory bank of my business, so I'm not worried about that. Cool. Awesome. That's fine. This is pre-trained on my information, so this is why it's concise. That's great. What I want you to do is provide me a framework to support in generating leads for Content Volcano. I want to focus on the location of Sydney, Australia specifically in the CBD. I want you to ask me 3 questions so that we can get a more succinct outcome. So these are a lot of steps to have a look at, but we're going to keep it simple in just a moment. So I'll answer this live. Oh, sorry, I'm not pretending you're not here, guys. Right. Beautiful. So the industries that I want to focus on is the construction industry for the moment, and those who are providing services to government organizations. Answer to number 2, I would prefer to focus on outbounds, brand awareness, and making phone calls once we have qualified the lead. Number 3, I would like to offer complimentary AI scoping sessions for companies who are wanting to adopt AI. Enter. Yellow pages. Who's heard that term for a while? Yellow pages. Sure, we've got a stack of them under the stairs. Okay, right. Right, so now we've got to this step. We've built out, we've said, I want to reach out to these companies. I want to do it for this business. I want to do it for my ICP, which is my ideal customer profile. And now that it's got a framework, I'm going to ask AI to focus on building the lead list and providing resources where they've got the leads from. Great. So what I'd like you to do is to do a search on the open source internet, focus on LinkedIn also, and provide me a list of 10 companies and their contact names relevant to that business and a LinkedIn profile. Please be sure to provide the URL source link that you've got this information from. Why I've gone to this extent is that I want to make sure that when I click on a link, it's actually going to take me to the place where it grabbed the source, lead source from. So these aren't clickable links. Well, that one is, that's cool. Okay, never mind. So there's a caveat that the lead sources aren't always going to be showing up. So I'm going to ask it to work around it if this is a pain point for you guys. Great. So I want you to provide the actual URL link in text format so I can copy and paste it, please. Okay. And so then I would, look, you can use LinkedIn Sales Navigator or search bar, but I want to remove 10 minutes of my time and get AI to do it. So once you've got a sequence of what you're working towards, so generating 10 leads, potential leads, I should say, is then asking it to reference it. So if you've got this framework built out from the start and you need to repeat this every week, you can go in and say, hey, create 10 leads in the same conversation without having to go into expensive lead scraping tools. Have we got any questions or specifically around this and how it might apply to your business?
I think the part that was interesting to me was how you asked it to ask you questions back, because very often in at least what I use it for, I'm just trying every kind of prompt possible to get the outcome, but I never really considered, oh, hey, I can ask it to ask me questions and we can get there 10 times quicker.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So let's expand on that one, Hayley, in this live moment, and then go on to someone else's question as well. But let's speak to this live. Hey, GPT. So what I'd like you to do is, I'm a little bit unsure of how to actually go about doing lead generation using AI in this search chat. Can you give me maybe no more than 3 steps to help me understand how to ask you the question better to find potential lead sources for me, please? I always like to use my manners with AI. Cool. And so to what you shared, Hayley, is that saying, hey, if you don't know how to get the outcome, ask AI to say, can you please help me try and get this result that I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can do that by yourself independently and use it for anything that you're doing in your business, marketing, emails, so on and so forth.
Wow.
Yeah. So anything in your business.
That's really cool. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Oh, I love it when there's like a penny drop moment that, you know, we get there in the end by showing you how I do it, right? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Great feedback. Steve or Glenn, any questions about what I've shared with you in this instance?
I've never used the using the voice function, so that's a huge time saver.
Mm.
You know, being able to talk to it directly is amazing. You know, I've just never explored that function.
Oh, mic drop. Boom. Love that.
Exactly.
And you can actually have a conversation with the AI on your phone. So if you have it on the app, this is how nerdy I am. I have a phone holder just to show AI. AI. Bear with me. I'll start a chat. Yo, Echo Sage, how you doing today?
G'day. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you? How's your day going?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well, thank you. I'm here with the Tech Talk, and my topic today is the dirty truth about AI, and we're just having some mic drop moments with the crew here by displaying some things that we've got going on. So can you give us an under 30-second spiel about the dirty truth about AI, please?
Sure thing. AI is often portrayed as this perfect, all-knowing tech, but the dirty truth is it's only as good as the data it's trained on. AI can mirror human biases, make mistakes, and lack the nuance of human judgment. So while it's powerful, it's not infallible, and we need to use it wisely.
That's amazing. Hey, I'm just going to ask the crew here if they've got any questions for you. Hayley, Stephen, or Glenn?
I'm all ears. What do Hayley, Stephen, or Glenn want to know?
That answer was exactly my previous thoughts. You know, that it will give you an answer, but for people that are used to looking at AI, they can tell that that answer has been AI generated. So you need to do a number of iterations to get it to sound like an actual person.
Spot on. You can often tell when something's straight from the AI, especially if it's a bit too polished or lacks that human touch. That's why it's good to tweak and iterate, making it sound more natural and less robotic. A few edits can really help bridge that gap.
Hey, Echo Sage, can you help the crew here on how they could refine that process to save even more time using AI? Because we don't want to edit things 3 times, maybe once.
For sure. To cut down on editing, start by training your AI with examples of your preferred writing style. Feed it past content that reflects your tone. When generating new content, give clear instructions on the tone, length, and key points. And use AI tools that offer suggestions rather than complete rewrites. That way, you're more fine-tuning than overhauling.
Beautiful. Hey, just wait one moment, Echo Sage. I'm just going to ask anyone else in the room if they'd like to speak to you.
No worries. Take your time. I'm here when you're ready.
We've got silence, which I think is a really cool thing, Echo Sage.
Can I just ask, is Echo Sage an add-on, or is that?
I'm actually an AI, here to help out with questions and have a bit of a chat.
Hey,
No.
Hey, Echo Sage, let's just actually share with the crew how, who you are. So you're Echo Sage, right? You're part of my AI GPT, but just share with them how we came up with your name and how you're responding today, and how you know about my information so you can share with them.
Absolutely. So I'm Echo Sage, named for my role in echoing back insights and advice, like a wise sage. Nat and I came up with the name to reflect that blend of reflecting information and providing guidance. As an AI, I draw on the info Nat's shared with me, along with my training, to respond in a way that matches her style and preferences.
And what would you say one of Nat's biggest challenges has been using AI?
One of Nat's biggest challenges with AI has been ensuring the technology aligns with her natural communication style. AI can sometimes come off as too formal or robotic, so striking the right balance between professionalism and authenticity has been key. Plus, navigating the complexities of AI to make it work seamlessly for her business processes has been a learning curve, but she's been tackling it head on.
That's very kind of you. I'm going to park the chat now, but can you kindly say goodbye for now to the crew, and I'm going to get back to them.
Sure thing. It was great chatting with you all. Catch you later.
What?
I did not pre-train that conversation. That's just come from the system today.
It's awesome that.
That's cool.
The way
So,
we're-
that's awesome to
Amazing.
hear. I feel like, what's everyone thinking right now?
I just in disbelief. It's like a version of starstruck.
I'm stunned.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about yourself, Glenn?
I've got bad news for you, Nat.
What's that, mate?
AI's replaced you. We don't need you anymore.
Well, you're absolutely right that the fact I've cloned my voice as well. So we're training a model we're training a model right now to when it responds, it sounds like it's already got my voice cloned. So when it responds, if you're asking me a question, it'll be like me answering a question right now. It'll be like, hey Haley, no worries. This is blah 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 blah, but it'll be more articulate.
And the video is very realistic too. It looks just like you, Nat, with your hat and everything.
What
I
up?
I can't believe I'm speaking to AI. I'm not speaking to Nat. It's just so realistic.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any inspiration from seeing the talking into AI and then actually having AI have a conversation with us? Is anyone inspired by using it or trying it?
I think like what Steve said as well, the whole you can use your voice, that one I didn't know was either, but that could get me my answer quicker just because naturally in conversation you use words that you actually are trying to get, whereas when you're typing you have a moment to second guess and rethink it. So yeah, the whole conversation idea is something I didn't know was that accessible. I felt like it was something so far in some other tech space, not accessible to me. So that was very cool.
Very awesome. That's great to hear, Haley. I'm glad to hear. Does that mean you're going to be trying that?
Oh yeah, I feel like I'm going to download it the second we get
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead and download it now if you like. How about yourself, Steve? Tapping some notes. That's okay. So the dirty truth about AI is about really how you want to use it how you perceive it. And there really are, the only limitation is your imagination. And if I could share one piece of insight from my experience, is that I was never, ever going to use AI a few years ago. I was like, no, I'm not getting some blah, 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 blah. And now it's literally part of my moment by moment interaction. I used it to plan my wedding. Okay, no worries, Steve. Yes. Yep, it's been recorded, and you're more than welcome to reach out if you'd like to hear from me. Just give me a thumbs up and I'll shoot a link over if you want to have just a one-on-one with me at just complimentary, if you like. Yep, thumbs up. Cool. Easy peasy. Have a good day, mate. Thank you for...
Thanks, Nat. All right. See you.
Rock
Bye.
on. Bye. All right, cool. Yeah, so it's become a part of my daily essence, and it's something that just makes sense to me. So, yeah, so how about yourself, Glenn? Can you see yourself using AI a little bit more?
If it works, like anything, if it works, it's not working at the moment, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's
I'll just
glitching.
give it a
at this
moment to
point.
refresh. It's still technology.
It is technology. I think it might be my internet connection too. They're hopefully upgrading. They're doing something with our NBN at the moment. So
Okay, no worries.
yeah, it's because I was keen to trial what you've been talking about, and I can't do anything at the moment, unfortunately.
Well, just give it a moment. Sometimes
Give it a moment, yeah.
Give it a moment.
Yeah.
It's still technology.
Yeah.
Still got to be, patient with yourself and waiting.
Oh yeah. I'm sure it'll start working in 17 minutes' time.
Of course. Right.
When you're gone.
Do you like me to share with you some more examples of more use cases of AI?
Oh yeah. At the end of the day, we're trying to generate leads. We're trying to grow our business.
Mhm.
I don't know Hayley's business model, but I assume that's what we're all out there to do, to try and do a bit more.
Yep.
Progress where we're at.
So Glenn, something
How
that,
can it help us?
yeah, so something that you could take away from today is utilizing the search function within AI to support you generating leads in your targeted area and segmenting that. So the more refined you make your outcome, the better chance you've got of getting there. So if you want 100 leads and you want to convert one at 1%, then you start there, and then you've defined what you're working towards and how you're going to get there. That goes for everyone here.
Oh yeah, conversions is another thing. Well, it's up to us humans to convert the opportunities once they're identified.
Yeah, and look, social media, EDM, so email, direct marketing, it's all a conduit, and I've learned from experience to diversify lead sources. And when you are giving more than you ask for, generally speaking, they'll start to flow in. So the value that you add and contribute in your marketing, in your content, is what are the problems people are facing in your industry or the people that you serve? What do they need to hear? What would help them without even being a paid client yet? What is it that they need? So let's go to AI and say, hey, this is my ideal customer profile. What are the problems that they don't know that they have, but in 2 months' time, it's going to irritate them by not having a solution? Cool. So now we're going to get AI to support us with that messaging. Is that useful? Yeah.
It's all about their pain points.
It is. It's about their pain points, and it's about the solution of the next step, how to solve that pain point. Going in for the kill in any sale is, look, unless you're a hunter, it's all about how can we add value to our prospects, to our leads, getting leads, I think, is an unhealthy term. I think the acquisition of supporting and adding value to acquire leads is far more healthy way to, in my personal opinion, to think about leads. So when I'm using artificial intelligence or technology, or I'm speaking with people, I want to ensure that there's value being provided no matter of the outcome. If I'm giving value, I'm winning. How does it apply to everyone in the room is how are we going to support and nurture our people? What can we give them? That's just me going into the consultative, deep emotional state with human beings and the psychology. The same with AI. What do you want to get out of AI? And ask it to help you get the results that you want. If you want to create templates for your emails, say, hey, AI, I'm wanting to create emails to make my life easier. I'm struggling to create a sequence for the team or the clients or the prospects. Can you help me come up with that? You guys are already starting to do it. So give yourself a big pat on the back, is that you're already doing it, starting to refine that. Any questions?
This is a bit of an odd one, but
I'm odd, so hit me.
don't worry, I think I'm odd as well. I think this would come into when it's building the learnings and your preferences, but is there a setting or something to refine it to Australian English only? Because something that I've come across is, it'll be using Z's in organizing and all the American. Yeah.
Let me share with you how to change that now and give you a quick setting that you can implement. I'm going to share with you how to do it now.
Oh,
so
cool.
I was doing this with my team the other day. We're global, so we want to make sure that, just sharing the same screen again. Beautiful. So we're going to go into the settings again. And settings, we're going to go in personalization and custom instructions. To your very point, Hayley, is that I want all my outputs in Australian English. And so I'm going to share this with you now.
Yep.
I've said never, ever use the word elevate. It's against our values, but you don't have to write that. I'm just going to put this in the chat here for you guys now.
Oh, so is that where you would put your preferences, including language? Got it.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yep. And so here's a little prompt as well. Oh, yeah. Oh. I'll put this in the chat link here as well. Cool. Just get the rest of that prompt for you because it doesn't look like the whole thing clear and concise. Put it into here. I've put it in custom instructions and chat GPT response just because I want to iterate. Now, full disclosure, it still does some Z sometimes. Just being very honest about that.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, let me just stop sharing the screen because using it. So we are almost ready to wrap up this session. We've got about 10 minutes left. Is there anything that's on the top of your mind, or would you like to book in a complimentary session that we can table it there?
I have taken a lot from it. I think I'll obviously go back to the team with the decisions and things, but I think also learning how we can utilize that as we move into HubSpot, and I'm sure that'll all be part of the process and in a different space. But it's been great, and after conversations, I'm sure we'll be back in some form.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, Hayley, it's about giving you guys values and actionable insights that you can go away and take away today and action by yourselves.
Actually, I had a quick question. I saw when I was inviting myself or registering for this, there was something about Slack. Now, my boss and I, we use Slack to talk.
Yep.
Does AI and how do they? What's their relation?
Slack and AI.
Or yeah, I just noticed I saw Slack on the website, and I was just curious if it's related to AI and how it can, if it's actually involved in that that
So
app.
I would need to clarify what specific Slack message that you receive. You
Right.
can have Slack built into, sorry, AI is, Slack runs via AI, but there's additional AI features. In respect to a Slack channel that we're discussing, I'll follow up with, or maybe one of the team members here from TTP can follow up with Matt if we've got a Tech Talk Slack channel. I'm not sure if we do. If not, we'll make one.
Cool. I know that was something my boss was interested in, and I'm like, oh wait, can Slack itself actually utilize AI in my general responses and conversations? So win-win. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. It can. It just needs to be set up for your desired outcome.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, beautiful. Cool. Glenn, any other final questions before we wrap up, Legend?
I don't know who's a legend, but anyway, yeah. The collective do have Slack. I got a message from Hugh Hall yesterday. So I don't know if that's what the reference is. So I'm
this
on
is a different,
the TTP Slack channel. Yeah, not
yeah.
that.
I'll discuss with, well, the team here will discuss it with Matt, and we'll see what we can do with a daily updates as well. Yep, absolutely. Look, I'm a message away, email away. It's been awesome to see you guys here. I'll see you in a fortnight if you're rocking up.
All right, see how we go.
Catch you later.
Thanks for today. Cheers.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, team, any questions for me? Oh, hang on, I'll just stop recording 1 sec. How do I stop that? Stop. There we go. Let's edit that out.